Welcome to another MP4Nation.net play and review. Today we have the new Onda VX777LE. We just got this morning. I've been playing around it all day. If it looks, it's called a LE, but really it's just a new, well, it's a different player in the same shell as the original Onda VX777. So don't read too much into that LE title. Just consider it consider it a totally different player, because it is. This player has a 3-inch resistive touchscreen. Has a very nice, slim, lightweight design to it. Does have a expandable memory slot over here. We're gonna add up to additional 32 GB of memory. A 3.5mm headphone jack over there. Actually, no, sorry, that's the TV out jack over there. You have your 3.5mm headphone jack out here, your 5-pin USB cable here, and a reset hole down there. This also does have a built-in FM transmitter, so you can use it, in close proximity to like your car FM radio. So if you're watching a video, you can just transmit the audio over there, or your audio, your music, directly to your car FM radio. So don't need to carry any additional stuff. And we'll turn it on. And this does use the Rockchip RK2706 chipset. The old VX777 uses the Ingenic JZ473240 chipset. Sorry. As you can see, right away, it has its UI is quite different. It's in a portrait mode, whereas the VX77 was in more landscape like that. And well, the user interface is very much like the Nationwide S-Flow. It's very similar, but it's more limited. It's not as smooth, it's certainly not as slick, and it does try to make itself emulate somewhat like the Onda VX525, so the user interface is more flashy. I guess Onda realized from the 525 that individuals will buy a player, more people will buy a player if you actually invest time in making a nice looking UI. So, and again, this is a test firmware, and I said, as you can see, the sliding is a little weird. Even I'm trying to get used to it. There we go. So, again, this is a test firmware, so I expect when this is released for at least one more new firmware to have been used on this to have improved some of the functions. And Onda is very good at releasing updates. So anyway, you see the scrolling isn't as nice. You have all music. Again, you can scroll through. It kind of reminds me of an in-between to the Chewy T8, which was similar to that of the S-Flow, except its user interface was god-awful and it looked like it was made by a 5-year-old. This, however, is like a refined version of the Chewy T8, where the user interface has been improved, but it still has that scrolling, kind of a weird scrolling bug. I don't want to say it's a bug, because I don't think it's going to change, really, when the real version comes out. But there you go, you still have like the more crude interface. I don't know, rock chips nowadays all pretty much commonly support album art, so this might too, when it finally comes out. And there you go. It does have a built-in loudspeaker also. As you can, oh, no, the 2-finger things don't work on this. Shows ID3, your lyrics, your your graphic EQ, and you can change your equalizer right here to rock, pop, whatever. If you don't need to go into settings, that's for FM transmitter, so, and you have your settings too. So see, it's exactly laid out like that of the S-Flow, except it's just not as nice. Yeah, there you go. Touchscreen overall is not that bad. I mean, the icon's a little small. It is a resistive screen, so no, okay. Hold on. Oops. No, there we go. And you can fast forward there. And you just decrease the audio volume there. And just press menu to get out. Your video. It does play a lot of video file formats: AVI, RMVB, and it does allow for a continuous playback. It also plays FLV, 3GP, DAT, VOB. It'll play AVI and XVID and DivX format. Press no to that. And it does allow for some resizing also from its normal aspect ratio to stretch to a widescreen aspect ratio. And if you want to do TV out, you just press the TV out button and it'll turn the screen off and it'll output anything on the screen out to your TV. It does support NTSC and PAL, so I know a lot of people have been asking about compatibility. And you can just fast forward really easily there. See again. Again, I mean, it's because it's so tiny. You can't really get a, and in a resistor screen, you'll never get a very accurate, you know, position. See, but then again, it could improve with the firmware. But I think there you have the video player. Very standard to what you find on most rock chips, RK2706 chip players these days. Here's a photo viewer. That was one disappointing. It didn't show the thumbnails on this. A lot of the new rock chip players do show this, and it also by default shows it in a wide angle. So see, it's like this. That's why it takes the images longer to load, which it doesn't show its natural view. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. See, like this, it should be. Oops. There we go. It should be this way to view it. That's the natural, you know, aspect view of the image. So I mean, that's a downside. The image viewer is certainly needs improving. Maybe ebook. Alright, it's pretty standard. You just that's right down. You can just scroll through, and you have your bookmark, save, whatever. There you go. And go back. You have your built-in FM, which you need your headphones to work. Your radio, sorry, your voice recorder. Your settings, again, you can change a lot of settings, and it does have also, so your TV out, you can change it from PAL to NTSC. Go back. Touch calibration. Oh, and it does have different desktops. This will the promo image we saw from Onda showed the UI quite different from this. And let me just set desk. There we go. And that's where you have. This is where it tries to emulate the VX525 style, where you then, but kind of, there you go. It's not as nice. It's certainly not as smooth, as you can see. And those remain standard on the bottom. Let's see. And again, this is a test firmware, so you know, if you're looking at this, there's probably by the time you get a lot of more improvements. As far as the interaction goes, well, it's hands down better than the VX777. The VX777 beats the LE in video performance playback, and that's just because of the chip. The Nginx chip on the 777 is better than the ROC chip, RK2706, when it comes to video playback. However, for audio, the ROC chip rules. It's very good audio quality, so this adds a whole new functionality to this player that wasn't seen on the VX777. The scrolling again is a little awkward. It gets used. You have to get used to it. If you've owned S-Flow, it will certainly feel strange. But you know, it's going to be pretty cheap. This player, I mean, it's definitely going to be below $90. It might even be below $80 for the 8 GB. We're just, we're still trying to get the final pricing on this, so it won't be more expensive than the current VX777 that's out there right now, so that's for sure. Anyway, this player should be out by first week of December, so just check back on mp4nation.net. If you want, head on over to our forums to discuss this. This is the Onda VX777LE. Thank you.